Right now, while you're reading this, the air around you is full of light. No, I haven't lost my mind. There's a kind of light your eyes can't see, passing through your living room, going through walls, slipping into your pocket. And it has a name you use every single day: Wi-Fi. If I told you that Wi-Fi is literally a form of light, you'd probably call me a liar. But that's exactly what I'm about to prove to you in the next few minutes. And by the end, you'll understand Wi-Fi better than 90% of the people who use the internet every day. First things first, Wi-Fi and the light you see actually live in the same place. That place is called the electromagnetic spectrum. Picture a giant, invisible rainbow where every band of color is really just a different frequency. The light your eyes can see is one band of that rainbow. Wi-Fi is another band, just at a frequency your eyes can't pick up, the radio wave band. In other words, Wi-Fi isn't magic. It's light in disguise, traveling in a color nobody can see. But how does a photo, a video, or a message actually turn into this invisible light? Everything inside a computer, phone, or router gets converted into a language made of zeros and ones, the famous binary system. Every letter, every color in a photo becomes a sequence of these numbers. The router is the translator in this whole story. It takes that sequence of zeros and ones and uses a process called modulation. It changes certain characteristics of the radio wave, like its phase or intensity, to draw those numbers inside the wave itself. To make it easier to picture, imagine it like this. It's as if the router were flashing a red light for every bit that's a 1, and a blue light for every bit that's a 0, billions of times per second. Except instead of visible light, it does this with radio waves. On the other end, your phone has an antenna doing the reverse job. It listens to these radio wave pulses at incredibly high speed and turns them back into zeros and ones, and then into the letters, images, and sounds you recognize on your screen. It's a constant back and forth. The router speaks in waves, the phone listens and replies, also in waves. Billions of these exchanges happen every second, all the time, even when you're just sitting on the couch, scrolling through your feed. Now, two questions almost everyone has asked at some point. Why does the internet get slow? And how does everyone use the same Wi-Fi at the same time? The answer to both lies in the same idea. A router has a limit to how much light it can emit and organize per second. When several people use the same network, someone watching a video, someone else gaming, another on a call, the router has to split that capacity among everyone, quickly switching back and forth between each device. It's like a highway with multiple lanes. It can handle more than one car, but if too many cars get on at once, everyone ends up moving slower. There's another factor too. Just like light, a Wi-Fi signal loses strength as it passes through obstacles. This is called attenuation. Walls, furniture, and even distance from the router erase part of that signal. The more obstacles in the way, the slower and more unstable your connection becomes. There are also two frequency highways. The 2.4 gigahertz band, which passes through walls more easily but is slower, and the 5 gigahertz band, which is much faster but loses strength more easily with any obstacle in its path. That's why your phone sometimes switches between the two on its own. And here's a mix-up almost everyone makes. Wi-Fi is not the same thing as the internet. Wi-Fi is just the messenger, the invisible light that carries data inside your home, between the router and your devices, without needing a cable. The internet is the giant global network that connects your router to everything else, to YouTube's servers, to WhatsApp's servers, to the entire world, traveling through cables, cell towers, and even cables at the bottom of the ocean. That's why sometimes your Wi-Fi shows as connected, but the internet still isn't working. The messenger is doing its job inside the house, but the road outside might have a problem. So, to sum it all up, Wi-Fi is a light you can't see. carrying numbers that turn into photos, videos, and messages, leaving the router and reaching you, shared among everyone on the same network, and capable of slowing down depending on obstacles, distance, and how many people are connected at once. Next time you open WhatsApp, remember, you're literally swimming in invisible light. If this video helped you understand it in a simple way, hit like, follow the page, and leave a comment below. Did you know Wi-Fi was actually a form of light?